Have you ever stood in front of a fully packed closet and still felt like you have nothing to wear? I think all of us have been there at one point or another in our lives, and there's actually a really simple fix for this, and no, it's not about needing more clothing, it's about needing the right clothing. So let's talk about how to build a wardrobe that actually works for you, your lifestyle, your personality, and your budget. And if you are clicking on this video, it is likely that you are struggling with your fashion, or you're just bored with your closet right now. Trust me, I have been there, and you clicked on the right video. Welcome back to episode 2 of my Style Diaries. If you are new here, hi, so am I. My name is Avery and I'm new here on YouTube. And in honor of me kicking off my YouTube journey, I'm starting with a series of self-discovery. So this is my Style Diaries. It's a personal discovery diary where I document my journey of finding my fashion and help you find yours along the way. But wait, there's more. This isn't just going to be about fashion. Yes, we're gonna start with fashion, but personal style represents everything in your life. It's a representation of who you are and what you want to represent. So while we're gonna start with fashion, it is going to bleed into hobbies, interior design, and even makeup. So if you feel like you have never really tapped into your truest self, you have clicked on the right video. So make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can join me on this journey and we can grow together. I am so excited to have you here. And now that we're done with the formalities, let's get into the video. So before we start fixing things, we need to identify why we're in a style rut. And it usually comes down to these 3 things: boredom, a mismatched wardrobe, or overconsumption. So let's start with boredom. So a lot of the times your style can feel stagnant and kind of feel like it's plateaued because you've outgrown your comfort zone, or you've just outgrown this chapter of yourself, but you're having a hard time turning to that next page. And this can often be for multiple reasons, but one of the main reasons is because you spent all of this time creating this wardrobe that you love, and then you outgrow it and you don't really know where to start or how to rearrange it. So a perfect example of this applies to myself. I used to live in oversized hoodies and sweatpants. Like, that was my capsule wardrobe in a sense. That was my signature style, was oversized hoodies and sweatpants. And now whenever I do that outfit combo, or whenever I try to like pair those outfits with something, it just doesn't feel like me anymore. And I don't feel like I resonate with that outfit choice anymore. And so whenever I put them on, I just feel bored with my outfit, or even less confident sometimes in that outfit. If that sounds familiar, then you've probably grown bored of your closet. The second reason you may be feeling like you have no style, which I often feel like is the most common, but it's not talked about enough, is a mismatched wardrobe. And I think this applies a lot when you don't really know what your aesthetic is, or you don't really know like what categories in fashion that you go for. And then your closet just kind of feels mismatched, and it feels like you have all of these different things that just do not complement each other well. I have been there and I have experienced this, and it's mostly because I have never really known what my style was, and I've never ventured down to see like what I like. So I had all of these different aesthetics in my closet, and a lot of them didn't mesh very well. My closet was like a lot of crop tops from my teen years, and then a lot of like business casual outfits. And they worked against each other, not with each other a lot of the time. And do not get me wrong, there was definitely moments when they could mix well together, but for the most part, they clashed with each other a lot and did not work together. And then the third reason, which also is very common, especially in the last 2 years, I feel like this has just blown up, but overconsumption. And I am a recovering overconsumer. Okay, so I'm getting over this hump. I was definitely overconsuming. I was buying every single trend. I was always hopping on skincare products. Like, I was just overconsuming in every aspect of my life. And this can be overwhelming because if you have too many options, it can lead to decision fatigue, which I've definitely dealt with. I also was the type of person that my closet was filled to the brim. Like, you couldn't even like move the hangers an inch. Like, everything was packed in like sardines. And it overwhelmed me because I just couldn't even like look through my closet. It was so full. And I'm that type of person at like stores and thrift stores. If the clothing and the hangers are way too cramped, I don't even look at the racks because I get overwhelmed by it. So if you're that type of person, when things feel really crowded and cramped, it overwhelms you. You might be dealing with overconsuming at the moment, and you might need to just clean out your closet a lot and just get rid of a ton of things that you do not wear. I guarantee you don't wear 80% of your closet all the time. And if you do, congrats. Like, that's amazing. I wish I could do that. We're gonna dive deeper into these 3 later on, but for right now, let's talk about how to refresh your wardrobe now that we maybe know what the issues are. Now we're going to talk about how to correctly refresh your wardrobe. So how do we fix this? Most people think you just need to chuck everything and start over. I have been there, I have done that. Please don't do that. It does not work. It's actually a huge mistake and I severely regretted it last time, so just learn from my mistakes, please. So instead, let's refresh your wardrobe without overhauling it. So step 1, styling your old pieces in new ways. Whether this is through layering, accessorizing, or just different color combos and different combos in general. There's a lot of different ways you can restyle your old pieces to feel new. If there's an item you wear only one way every single time you wear it, try something new. If you wear the same jeans all the time, maybe try to crop them or maybe try to tuck them in. You know, try something new with those jeans. For me, I have an oversized t-shirt that I actually talked about in my last video, but I love this t-shirt, okay? It's my baby, it's my favorite graphic tee, and I just never styled it differently. Like every single time I wore it, it was just the exact same. I just wore it. That's it. I just put it on and that was it. Instead, I could try so many different options with it. I could try to put lace under it so it's got a cute little under layer. I could try to crop it. I could try to tie it up a little bit. I could try to layer a jacket over it in a different way. Like there were so many different ways that I could style this graphic tee and make it feel completely brand new or renovated in a completely different way. Okay, the second tip I'm actually super excited to implement into my style because I think that this will be a really easy way for me to overhaul my wardrobe without completely redoing it, and that is getting bridge pieces. Add bridge pieces into your wardrobe that connect your old style to your new style. So for me, I'm kind of going from casual to a little bit more polished is kind of where I want my fashion to go. So getting bridge pieces like structured blazers, tailored trousers, or even a nice button-up will do wonders to connect my old style to the new style that I'm aiming to go towards. So basically just try to connect what you have to what you want to be at, and try to find the bridge pieces of what you need to kind of connect all of that together, if that makes sense. I feel like that didn't make sense. Okay, next, make sure to shop your closet before buying anything new. So I did this with jeans so much, but I am a jean girly through and through. I love denim, and I often would just buy like the exact same jeans. And I would spend like hundreds of dollars on these jeans. Like jeans are not cheap right now, and for good quality jeans, I was spending like 80 to $100 on these jeans, and they would just literally be the exact same as another pair of my jeans in my closet. So I was just blowing money on things I just wanted instead of buying clothes like I actually needed. So make sure to like shop your closet before going to buy stuff to really see what you need and if you even need the object you're wanting. I guarantee most of the time you can rationalize not getting it by looking through your closet and seeing something very similar. Just because it's not that thing doesn't mean you need it. My first video on this channel is all about properly decluttering and how to shop smarter, so make sure to go check out that video as well, because that's really going to help you. It goes way deeper than I'm talking right now, and it gives you a lot of helpful tools to move forward with, so make sure to go check that one out as well. Okay, so we've talked about how to properly refresh our wardrobe. Now let's define our actual style. And this is the section where most people get really confused and overwhelmed, so I tried to make it as easy to understand as possible. But these are just the breadcrumbs right now. I am going to make a dedicated series to finding your personal style and your signature style where I go on this journey so you can see me do it. So hopefully that video will help you. If you don't grasp it right now, we'll dive deeper in that video and maybe that will help you then. So first, let's define what personal style is and signature style. Personal style and signature style are not the same thing, but they do work together. So your personal style is the overall way you dress based off of your taste, your personality, and your overall aesthetic. Your signature style, however, is the most recognizable part of your style. Think of it like your fashion fingerprint, or a lot of people call it your uniform. It's your go-to when you don't know what to wear, or if you're not really feeling like styling clothing that day, you just go to your uniform or your signature style. It's what people associate with you when they think of you and your style. So this is the part where we really get into your style, your aesthetic, and what you like. This is the fun part, essentially. Okay, so this is how I broke down my personal style versus my signature style. We're gonna start with personal style. So when it comes to personal style, I used Pinterest for all of this, by the way. But I created a board for clothes that I liked, and I created a board for clothes that I would wear. This will help you identify what your true aesthetic is and what the clothes you'll actually wear are, and it helps you become more mindful of what you put into that folder. There was a lot of times in the past where I would create outfit inspiration boards or, style inspiration for what I wanted my style to be. And I wasn't really mindful of what I was putting in there. I was just putting like anything and everything that I liked into that folder. And a lot of the times they were just stuff that wouldn't fit in my wardrobe right now, or they just weren't an aesthetic that I really wanted to tap into at the moment. So then the board just got cluttered and it was overwhelming and I just stopped looking at it. So when it comes to the clothes you like, you can put whatever you want in there, put your aesthetics, put your different styles that you want to tap into maybe in the future. But when it comes to the clothes that you want to wear, really focus on your fashion now and what you would wear right now. So this is going to help you become more mindful, and you're going to know what your actual personal style is that you want to wear. Obviously, your style is always going to evolve, so you can pull from the clothes you like whenever you want to evolve your style. Okay, so we have those two groups. We have your clothes you like, the clothes you wear. We're going to put the clothes you like away for a sec, and we're going to focus on the clothes you wear. When it comes to the clothes you wear, you're going to look through this board. You're going to look for patterns. You're going to look for colors you go for a lot, jean styles, whatever it is. You're going to find patterns and themes and all of that. You're going to take the clothes that you would most likely wear on like an everyday basis, and you're going to put that into a folder called signature style. And this is where your signature style comes in. So you have your whole board for your personal style, but your signature style is going to be a whole different board of your uniform. So for me, my go-to is like oversized t-shirts, wide leg jeans, and like sneakers. Like very basic, but I dress it up in a bunch of different ways. So when I was looking through my personal style, I was making note of items like that, very casual outfits, because I'm a casual dresser, but I want it to be polished casual, if that makes sense. So I'd look for outfits just like that in the clothes that I wear. And then I would put that in the signature style. And if you would like to go take a look at my Pinterest board, feel free. I'll link it down below so you can go take a look at my board so you can see kind of how I did this. But this is going to be really helpful in helping you identify patterns with your aesthetic and with your fashion. You'll really get an idea of your style through doing this. It's also going to help you identify patterns. So if you prefer certain silhouettes, if you like neutral tones or bright pops of color, the crops of the clothes you like, it's really just going to break down everything about your style. And once again, if this still feels overwhelming for you or still feels like a lot, I'm going to make a whole different video of me showing off my signature style and me finding my signature style. So I'll go a lot more in depth in that video, but let me know if you have any questions and comment them below, and I will make sure to help and try to answer them to the best that I can. All right, so now that we've kind of opened the gate into personal style and signature style, we're going to kind of discuss how you want your fashion to make you feel. How do you want to feel when you wear your clothes? Some words that come to mind for my fashion are confident, functional, sexy at times, timeless, chic, and edgy. So I think a lot of the times I have always felt really uncomfortable with, my female body. I have really small busts and I have a really small butt. I'm very tiny in general. And I'm just not curvy, I guess is a better word. And it was always something of a pain point for me. And that is something I really want to lean into in 2025, is getting the confidence back in my body type and understanding that all body types are beautiful. Just because you're not curvy or just because, you don't have the biggest bust, it doesn't mean you're any less beautiful or any less worthy. So it's really clicked for me to want to lean into this instead of always being self-conscious of it and running away and trying to hide. I really want to just own it, And so that's also a part of this, in me wanting to feel confident and sexy at times in my clothing and in my fashion. It's because I want to own the parts of me that I've tried to hide, or the flaws, in a sense, that I never thought were worthy. Okay, now we are on to the fun part, how to actually build your functional wardrobe. So we have covered the basics, why you feel like you have no style, how to refresh your wardrobe without overhauling it, how to hone in on your personal style and your signature style. And now let's talk about how to actually build your functional wardrobe, how to actually bring this to life. Okay, so step one, finding your core aesthetic. I think most people have like 3 to 5 different aesthetics kind of merged into their wardrobe that all complement one another. But you need that one, that main aesthetic. That's going to be the building block to everything else. So I realized while I like a lot of different styles, they didn't all belong in my personal wardrobe. I needed a core aesthetic that reflected me. So I would say pick 2 to 3 main categories or aesthetics that you want to tap into. You can have 5, but I think 2 to 3 main ones is really important so you don't get diluted and kind of like too broad once again. 1 to 3 that complement each other and work really well together, I think is a really suitable number. So for me, I really like contemporary. That's kind of like my main style, my main fashion, my main aesthetic. Edgy would be my second one. I kind of like to put an edgy twist on all of my contemporary pieces. And then classic would be my third. So it's between those 3, I mix and match them. Sometimes it's contemporary classic, sometimes it's edgy and classic, but I always kind of try to mix them together, or at least I'm trying. It's harder said than done. So while I have contemporary, edgy, and classic as my main 3 aesthetics that I really want to tap into, I also have a little bit of boho drizzled in there as well, and a little bit of heritage fashion as well. So then anything outside of those categories, when I'm shopping, I really have to ask myself, like, do I just want this just to have it, or do I need it? Will it actually complement my wardrobe? And it actually makes shopping a little bit easier, because if you don't see anything that kind of fits your aesthetic or your fashion, you kind of just know, like, this isn't the place, I don't need to buy anything here. And if you really love an aesthetic, but it just doesn't really fit into your wardrobe, you can kind of tap into that aesthetic through like accessories and such. Instead of like full outfits, doing little smaller pieces that contribute to that aesthetic can help a lot. So for example, like if you love soft girl kind of aesthetics or fashion, but you can't really incorporate it into your edgy fashion, you could do like soft girl jewelry and stuff incorporated into your outfits. I also highly recommend doing like a fashion quiz on like a site like Stitch Fix. That's where I kind of did mine, and there's a lot of other sites out there as well, but they will tell you kind of like what your main fashion categories are and what to lean more into. It's a free quiz, and it just helps you understand like your main aesthetic and then your supporting aesthetics as well. Next, you're gonna wanna identify your wardrobe gaps. We talked a little bit about this, but let me go into more detail. Look at what you struggle to put together daily. When you're creating outfits every day, do you always wish that you had more basics? Do you wish that you had staple accessories? Do you wish that you had more layering options? Like, is there something that you're constantly gravitating towards, wishing that you had that to incorporate into your fashion? These are going to be the gaps in your fashion that you need to fill out a little bit. Filling out these gaps are going to prevent those I have nothing to wear moments. What I would recommend is every time you have these thoughts or you think about something that's missing from your wardrobe, I would just write it down. But don't just write down like, oh, I wish I had a red watch after one outfit you styled and you wish you had a red watch. Like, write it down once you think about it 2 to 3 times, because that's going to show you like this is a reoccurring thing that keeps coming up because it's missing from your wardrobe and you need something to fill in that gap. All right, step 3 is learn the art of outfit formulas. So one thing about me is lately I've been wearing like the same clothes over and over and just outfit repeating. And it's because these specific items make me feel the most confident and make me feel like I'm tapped into my fashion the most. They make me feel comfortable and confident. And that's totally okay. I think a lot of people have this misconception with fashion that you always need to be having these grand new ideas, these new outfits, and you always need to be, doing more and changing everything. And I think that's just the illusion of what celebrities and what people who have personal stylists kind of normalize for us normal people. It's honestly just an unobtainable standard, and we need to normalize outfit repeating. So outfit formulas help eliminate decision fatigue. So identify 3 to 5 outfit combos that always work for you and just keep replicating them. And these are outfits that like just always hit, like they never miss. You always love wearing these items. You always love wearing these outfit combos. Like, identify those and just keep replicating those and trying them in different ways and, recreating them. And when you dress in an item that makes you feel like that girl and it just makes you feel like completely that person, your best self, make sure to snap a picture of you in that outfit or take a video of some sort so you can document it. And then you can have a folder of all of like your best outfits that you feel the most confident in. And you'll kind of like, again, develop your signature style through that as well, and like your personal style too. All right, so if you're bored with your fashion, the fix to that is you need inspiration. So seek inspiration, whether it's through mood boards, Pinterest, your favorite influencers, or even capsule wardrobes. You need to reinvigorate your spark with your closet. You need to reinvigorate your spark with your fashion and kind of just realign yourself in general. The best way to do that when you're bored of your clothes is to get inspired. Have some fun with it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself and just make it enjoyable again. If you're feeling like your wardrobe is really mismatched and you just don't know how to put outfits together, or you have 2 completely different aesthetics that just do not mesh well together, try to identify your core aesthetics and see if that is in your closet. See if your core aesthetic represents itself in your closet. And if it doesn't, try to declutter properly and get rid of anything that doesn't suit you anymore. Then when you identify your core aesthetics, try to put them together and see if they mesh well. Obviously, not everything has to go together, but just try to pick 2 aesthetics that you think complement each other well, but also complement you. And if you are having a problem with over-consuming, make sure to shop mindfully and make sure to declutter your closet often. Again, go check out my first video. I think you'll find it really helpful and you'll find a lot of tips from that. But I think over-consuming is definitely a problem that a lot of people need to realign and, reanalyze in 2025. So definitely be more mindful of your shopping and develop smart shopping practices for when you go out and look at clothes and stuff. So you're just not buying mindless items that you're never gonna wear. If you've made it this far in this video, you are on your way to finding a wardrobe and finding a style that actually works for you and works with you. If you are enjoying this Style Diaries series so far, I would love if you like this video. It's really just gonna let me know that you're enjoying this and that you wanna see more of it. It'll also let me know that you found this video helpful, which is always my main goal. Comment below your biggest wardrobe struggles or tips that have really helped you along the way. I would love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't lose me in the algorithm and so I can stick around and we can go on this journey together. The amount of support I've gotten so far, it makes my day. I talk to my boyfriend about it all the time. I'm just having so much fun here with you guys. I just wanted to share my gratitude and my appreciation for you guys because it really means a lot and I look at all your comments and everything. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm not going to spoil my next video yet, but it's going to be super fun. So I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.